Hello and welcome back to the colony with Man and the Ants, and welcome back to Frostpunk, what looks like it's going to be the last in this series for Frostpunk. So previously Wolfgang has been on hand to give us some very helpful hints and tips. There has been no Wolfgang this week, well there was, but Wolfgang didn't leave any hints or tips. He basically just said thanks for the ride, so it makes me think that we are obviously in the end game then. So where are we? What's going on? As you can see, we are just about to go down to minus 80 degrees centigrade. It is centigrade, I had a moment of panic there. It's then going to get super cold, I guess like 90, 100, and this period here is going to be just insanely cold. So we have to last, it says gather at least a week's worth of food rations. So I guess it's going to last about a week. It doesn't say you have to gather a week's worth of food rations, coal rations. So I guess coal production is still going to work. So that's not too bad. Yeah, but everything else is pretty horrible, isn't it? So, all we can... discontent is really high. Hope is not too bad. We've actually gained a fair bit of hope based on where we were at the beginning of the last video. That's gone up a good chunk. Discontent, though, is really high. And that's because of mainly the overtime we have enforced on everywhere to try and get enough coal. Oop. Had a cat on my lap, the cat's just disappeared. Okay, I am now 2 hands free. That might help a little bit. So then, let's start it going. We're just in the evening of this last day, so we'll have another day's worth of gathering. Food-wise, we're on 2,300 rations. We need about 3,000 overall. So I'm hoping the next day brings in a good chunk, otherwise we could be in trouble. We need to research the generator power upgrade 3. We are currently researching the level 5 tech, and then we can do the generator power upgrade 3. I believe somewhere, I think I put a research place on 24 hours, didn't I? I don't know, maybe. Well, that one wasn't even on 8 till, or 6 till, oh yeah. So you see how it goes up a little bit each time when you do that? I think the rest of them were, I think I just missed that one. Yeah, okay, so that's not too bad. Okay, so let's speed everything up a little bit, see how it goes. So we've got a couple of resource depots that we've got there we can use if needs be. People are becoming very cold, and it's going to get a lot colder, so our illness people, the amount of ill people we have is going up a little bit. That is what it is. I think we have one amputee, but I think I closed the factory down. Yeah, I closed the factory down for workers. We could get more food, so that's just tough. So we need to make about 1,000 food today. Don't know about you, but that seems just really unlikely. Like, really unlikely. I can't really afford the discontent. And 24 hours would push them into the super cold spell, but I'm considering doing it. I think we have to give it a go, don't we? Oh my word, that was a lot more discontent than I anticipated. Okay. People are extremely discontented with your rule. A revolt could break out against you at any minute. What should we do? Send the guards to calm them down, or we must hold on for a couple more days. You would have 2 days to lower discontent. I can't do that. Oh, that's much higher than I thought. This might end before we've even started. We probably won't survive. Oh, I thought there was a storm coming in. It's just a shadow. The people you ordered to stay for the emergency shift return to work without a word of complaint. We know that with the storm coming, we need to put in extra hours. Everyone has to work together if we're to survive the deadly cold. So I wonder if it wasn't like, you know, a day from the storm. I wonder if all the emergency shift people would have revolted essentially and refused to work those extra hours. I wonder indeed. So I'm going to put some more people. I just noticed I got a couple extra. Oh. Is it the... oh, it's the coal pit behind it. Got a couple of people we can put to work, so let's get them on there. So it's just gone down to minus 80. This is now too cold to run at all. So we may as well just shut it down. There's no point in running these things if they're too cold to work at all. Well, that one does say it's functioning. Or was that functioning? I just shut it down for no reason. Oh, it does say functioning. Okay. Back on you go. I thought it stopped working. That's my bad. What have we got here? Got some watchtowers. Can we do... No, we can't do another patrol. So I'm hoping our research will complete very, very soon. Our food is up to about 2,400 and it's only 9 in the morning. It's actually going better than I thought. So I think what I'm going to do here, because that's food rations, isn't it? I'm going to do food rations and we're going to do a coal, just in case they get close. Obviously the survivors down here, we have immediately go in here, generator upgrade. Oh, sugar. Sugaroony. Give me 80 coal. Give me 80 coal. That's a mild problem. Is that going to get researched by the end of the day? That's an interesting question. All we can do... Yes, people are going to become very ill because it's very cold. There is very little I can do about it. Food supplies should keep us fed for at least a week. Let's pray the storm subsides before then. So we have hit our food total, which is amazing. Really didn't think we were going to get that. And we've now hit the generator upgrade as well. Just in time. And I mean just in time. That could not be any closer, really, could it? So that's the end of the standard work day. We're actually about to fill up on coal. I didn't think that would happen, so I didn't think about even considering to build another... How's our wood? Yes, okay, let's do that. Gives a little bit of breathing room on the coal. We have another wood one there as well we can change if we need. And it's going to keep an eye on it and we'll see how we go. We know it's there if we need it. That might be the last non-coal or food one though. Discontent is again obviously stupidly high. I'm not researching anything. I don't know if it really matters too much. The range upgrade could be very useful. We haven't got the steel, of course. Of course we haven't got the steel. Let's do the Steam Hub range upgrade. Why not? And then let's ramp time up and see what happens. These are places which just aren't working because it's too cold. So the care house isn't running. Let's get those working because there are a lot of people in them. What are these? The infirmaries. I guess we shall heat the infirmaries up as well because we do have a lot of sick. We have a lot of sick people. And those are watchtowers without enough people working in them, but I'm not too bothered about that. Coal, on the other hand, is a bit more concerning. I've run out of people. Well, that is what it is then, isn't it? How are we doing? Food and coal is very close to being maxed, but isn't quite there. Food is now going down because, of course, they're not producing food anymore. And here it comes. Here comes the big freeze. Oh, let's speed up a little bit more. People are extremely discontent with your rule. A revolt could break out against you at any minute. What should we do? The guards are disobeying me, so we'll have 2 days to lower discontent, which is just not going to happen. So, but I mean, the storm is here. It's right there. Like, we are literally inside the storm. I don't know what you want from me right now, people. I only have limited funds and resources. Hell hath frozen over. Here it comes. So it's reached -90. A howling gale bursts upon the city and the generator creaks and groans under the weight of the wind. Pale faces turn towards rattling windows, trembling lips utter words of prayer. The cold will be brutal. Hunting is impossible. The soil in the hothouses will freeze. We'll have to make do with the food we've stockpiled. So not quite enough is the answer to that. But, you know, people might die soon, so silver linings and all that. So these things are these are the hunter's huts, so they are now just empty resources. So let's take the things off of there. The cookhouse, of course, the cookhouse is off as well. And let's put people. I have 11. Oh, that's full. Oh, it's because it's the thing behind it again, isn't it? So I guess we should probably be using this, right? How much? I mean, I don't know. We are still producing coal, I guess, so it's not too bad, is it? We don't have the maximum range, but we can make everything a bit warmer. So let's do that. It is still very, very cold. It is still very, very cold. So if I make it top level... Cat's back. Hello, cat. Might just hear him moaning in the background. If I make it top level, still very cold. No longer freezing, but it is very cold. That is unfortunate. It still says we've got about 2 days of coal left, but well, we'll have to see about that, won't we? We have 150 ill people. The Steam Hub range has been researched, but I'm not sure that's really going to do a huge amount of good, to be honest. And I don't really want to enable it on everything, because I think it is a... Has it automatically done it? I don't think I want it to automatically do it, because it does cost more, doesn't it? Unless I am much mistaken. Yes, twice as much. Generator range upgrade could probably be the most useful thing we can do. We've got enough for that, so let's get that researched. Got to keep an eye on our coal, really. It is still going up, just about, and we do have more workers as well. I'm trying not to put them onto the outside pits. I'm trying to give them somewhere they can at least have a hope of staying slightly warm. Why isn't this functioning? Because the pit's full? Because the pit's full. Well, those people are going to freeze to death, but there we go. At least we'll have less food to worry about. We do have 3,000 food now, though. Is that max? It's very hard to tell. I don't know what our max would be. Where's our... Let's give ourselves a little bit of... wiggle room there. I don't really care too much about the wood, as long as we've got enough to move on with. So this is pretty much a game of trying to keep everything fully staffed, isn't it? While people drop like flies around us. Are all these piles full? Oh, they are. We've got so much coal waiting to be collected. Which isn't a bad thing. It's going to get colder. I didn't realize it was going to get... It's going to get colder for 3 days in a row. You're having a laugh, sunshine. What on earth are we going to do about that? Well, nothing. There's nothing we can do about that. What I could do with is looking for more... Food rations, or steel. Where's that steel one gone? Let's change that to coal. Food. That's a sawmill. Coal. Food. Coal. Yes. I could build another one, I suppose. I'm just concerned if we're making enough coal, I'd actually want to keep it in stock. It is still going up. We're okay for the moment. We might have to think about building. What does it cost? 20 steel. Alright, let's do it. Let's get another one built. May as well, right? We're not going to... I suppose saying that, we could always use the food ones when we use up a bit of food as well. Okay, speed everything up. 150 ill people. The generator range upgrade has been researched, which has automatically been done. So all of this now should hopefully be still... Well, that's always going to be an operative. So these things, though, we could look at dropping some of those down, maybe. Maybe. We don't have any research going. Of course we don't. It just finished, didn't it? Steam Hub efficiency. Advanced heaters. We can do either of them. I'm thinking... Oh, I don't know what I'm thinking. I think in advanced heaters, that's actually going to improve the temperature situation more, isn't it? Let's do that. And keep an eye on our coal. Our coal is still going up. It's going to start going down shortly because, well, at 8 o'clock, it's going to start shut everything down. Is that more of these, which are... No, why is that? It does say storage limit reached, but I don't think it has. I think it's lying to me. I don't know why it's lying to me, but it is. So there's coal there to be collected. We just need people actually collecting it. So off you go. So your coal is ticking down now. It says we have about a day's worth of coal. Towards the end of this night, keeping an eye on the coal levels. We might have to drop that down a little bit. Sick people are actually going down somehow. Oh no, that's going back up again. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. People are miserable. One of our engineers wants to talk to you. He's concerned about the danger that the coal poses to our mines. We're doing everything we can to heat the mines, but the air we're pumping into the shafts is so cold now that the hydraulic roof supports are starting to freeze. When they do, the tunnels will start to collapse. Yeah, do something about that, mate. You got an idea. You crack on, sunshine. I'm just going to take away a few of these people, so we've got some people in stock to use. So we can assign them to these pits and the such like. I don't know what, this says there's two things there. I don't know how there are two coal piles there, but apparently there are. Can we do another? We can. Yes. It's going to make not that much difference if we're being honest. The guard houses, I suppose it is going to be useful to have them fully staffed, isn't it? Help lower discontent a little bit. Don't know why it's the guard houses. I suppose they're just cold, are they? That makes sense. Alright, oh, not quite, oh that, well, there's no one actually in there, is there? We haven't got an engineer anyway, so... Looks like we've lost a few engineers, in fact, that's okay. Well, it's not great, but it's okay. Speed everything up. Why did it stop? Oh, because it's 5 PM, so people are about to start going to work. You go to work. You didn't think it's possible for it to get this cold? Why would you say that? It's just got colder. You clown. You clown. So we only used about 1/3 of our coal there. So if we can try to keep people topped up, working, I mean, I don't really want them working on the coal piles if I can help it, but what am I going to do about that, eh? What am I going to do? If we heat up, the mines are freezing. Sir, it's so cold that the hydraulic roof supports in our coal mines are failing. If the tunnels collapse, the lower levels will be cut off. We should either abandon them or send volunteers to replace the supports, but the task is extremely dangerous. We cannot... 80%. Nope, volunteers. People will die, that's fine, less people to feed. It's harsh, but that's the way it goes. 30 people died, but our hope went up. Or is that when the hope gets to the top, that means it's out of hope? I don't know how that works. I obviously have no idea. Is that a gathering post there? We've run out of people. Hold up, let's get some more. Why are you not fun? No gatherable resources. Okay, let's shut you off. In fact, if there are no gatherable resources... How do I... There it is. Let's dismantle it entirely. Storage near... Or wood storage is near capacity, but what I can do then, if I can find one of the raw food, or the food rations one, I'll change that to wood. Okay. Right. Back over here. Let's make sure everything over here is fully staffed. Including these 2 coal piles that appear to exist. Somehow. And obviously those people are quite susceptible to dying, but... What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Heat the world? I can't heat the world, it's bloody freezing. Oh, are we still heating these hothouses and stuff? No, no, no. No, 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 no. Any others? I think that's it, isn't it? Does that mean I'm still heating hothouses, though, or cookhouses? It does. Do we need cookhouses? We don't really, do we? Oh, I suppose we do. People still eat there, don't they? So no, I'll leave those going then. Right, people are dropping like flies over here. Let's get some more people working again. Keep our coal reserves up. Our coal reserves are not going up. Well, I suppose I haven't really sped the game up very much. Where's the second one? Give it. Give it. There it is. Oh, is that another one? That is another hothouse. Let's turn that off. Get all those child workers out of there. I think that's all the hothouses now. Okay. Food's actually doing okay. Hasn't gone down that much at all. I say it hasn't gone down that much at all. It's only going to get worse, isn't it? Hothouse insulation is a waste of time. Infirmary will heal people faster. Healthcare insulation, house insulation could be a good one. Let's get house insulation done. Try and keep people alive in their homes. Okay, speed up. Just watching everything fall apart around me, but that's fine. What do you want? The volunteers we sent to keep the mines running weren't enough. There's been a cave-in. Either we send more people to open the tunnels and replace the rest of the supports, or the sacrifice of the first group will have been in vain. Send more people. That's fine. 14 people died. I don't think that's related to the mines. I think that's just people dying. I think that's just people dying. It's just too cold and people are dying. Which is reasonable, because it's minus 100 and it's very close to hitting minus 110 degrees. Oh, hello. Let's heat you up a little bit. That did nothing, look. Nothing. Oh, well. At least we're trying. Right, what are these? Infirmaries. Okay, we've got a couple of engineers. Let's staff them up. Ill people have gone, not quite, maybe not down, but it's not horrible. The hunter's hut isn't working. That's fine. Let's turn that off. We'll get this one as well. Turn it off. Off. And off. I built a lot of hunter's huts, didn't I? Wow. Wowzers. We have an empty resource depot there, but we could put it to wood possibly if we start filling up again. Let's fill these up whilst we're here. May as well, right? The workshops, I was going to say the workshops are useless, but they are absolutely not useless. We are still researching stuff. I thought this would be like almost like a passive sit back and watch everything die, and if you had the right numbers you'd win sort of situation, but that is not how it works at all, is it? We could heat the coal mines up. +3 heater, very cold. Turn off. Still very cold. It does literally nothing. I feel like I may as well turn off all... Oh no, it's not even on that one. It might be because it's just on during working hours. But yeah, the heaters are doing absolute... cookhouse. Very cold. Very cold. Does nothing. Waste of time. Waste of time. I'm very tempted just to go and turn off all of these. Oh, it makes a difference to the infirmaries. Okay. We won't turn that one off then. I was going to turn the steam hub off. That would be very silly. Very silly. The care house makes a vast difference to the care house as well. Very cold. Turn it off. Very cold. Okay. That's the end of that then. Very cold, turn it on, very cold, so leave it. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, I didn't mean to do an emergency shift. That's going to make people even more miserable. Oh well. What are they going to do, eh? Riot? Go somewhere else? I don't think so, sunshine. I just want to click on it. Yep, we'll turn off the heater there. It's doing nothing. Doing nothing. It's already freezing. Doing nothing. Doing nothing. Doing nothing. At least this will save us some coal. You know, small mercies and all that. Are there any we can see left on? Only the infirmaries and the such like, I think. Okay. And this is running maximum range, maximum steam level. Covering a lot of places which are not currently active. A lot of places which are not currently active. But at least people can go and hang out in the middle where it's a bit warmer though. We have 9 hours of coal left. Oh, your time has come. There it is. End days. Did they kick me out in the middle of a storm when it's a minus 110 degrees? I mean, forgive my phrasing, but that is cold. A band of grim men drags you under the generator. The crowd erupts with angry shouts. Hang the bastard! Throw into the generator! You are summarily judged and spared the death sentence in recognition of your efforts. You are banished from the city instead, into the worst storm humanity has ever seen, where you will immediately perish because it is under a minus 100 degrees. Crazy. Well, I did my best. I think that that accidental 24-hour shift was probably the straw that broke the camel's back, but I think I would have needed something like that anyway. I don't think my coal reserves would have lasted. I used a lot more coal that second day, I guess because of the generator range and power level upgrades, like tripled the use of coal in the generator, so that had a really massive impact on that, because we went down, what did I say? Like, what, a couple of thousand the first night, and I think maybe 4,000 or 5,000 the second night. So yeah, I think we were probably skirting the edge anyway. But I did my best, so there we go. So that then is going to be the end of our Frostpunk playthrough. One day I'd love to come back to it and take another little look at it, another little crack, and see if I can improve my chances, become a better governor. Am I classed as a governor? I don't know. So let me know down in the comments if that's something you'd like to see at some point. Don't know what's going to take over as a series on the channel next, but I'm looking forward to it, whatever it happens to be, as I'm sure you are. If you've enjoyed this video, if you've enjoyed this series, do click the like button. It is really appreciated. It fills me with joy to know that you're enjoying the videos. It really does. Subscribe to the channel if you've watched the whole series and you're not subscribed already. And of course, if you do subscribe, consider hitting the little bell button as well so you get notified of any upcoming content, which is always fantastic. As I said, questions and comments, leave them down below. Hope in particular Wolfgang, who's been with me from the start here and has been instrumental in helping me getting this far. I hope Wolfgang has thoroughly enjoyed this series. Don't forget, I do stream on Wednesdays at 6 PM and I'd love to see you there. Otherwise, I will see you next time in some other magical adventure where maybe people don't die quite as much when you're trying to help them, but who knows? And as always, thank you very much for joining me.